Hello guys. I am clean shaven today. I look horrible, but that's okay. We're gonna continue with this video. Yes, I realize I have a double chin. I did not realize this until I shaved. I would not have shaved if I knew I had a double chin going on, but whatever. I guess the double chin exists even with the beard, but you know, it deceived me. I didn't know I had a double chin, so this sucks. But anyways, we're here to talk about 3 books you must read this Halloween. So, I'm gonna start off with the bat. There's only 3 books here. I've struggled with Halloween and October in general for the past, I don't know, 6 years. Not had a single good October in 6 years. Okay, maybe that's not true, but Halloween, that is true. 6 years of no good Halloweens. Now, I have spent a little bit of time with my family. We ordered Chinese. It's been a new tradition, and that's been fun. But as Halloween in general, Halloween has been dismal. Kids don't go trick-or-treating here much anymore. So we had like maybe 3 kids last Halloween come to our door. And I know it's COVID and stuff, but you know, you kind of expect Halloween trick-or-treaters to just be everywhere. And the year prior to that and the year prior to that, we didn't get anybody. So I know it's not just COVID that is the reason why kids are not trick-or-treating. It's the times, you know. Kids are not trick-or-treating here in Michigan as much as they are maybe else places like California. But, you know, it is what it is. But trick-or-treating isn't the only thing that's been sucky about my Octobers in the past 6 years. I've had reading struggles in October. I've had moments where I couldn't do anything. October's been difficult emotionally too. Like, I've gone through a lot of breakups around October and relationship struggles around October. So, you know, October's been a hard one for me. That being said, though, I hope this Halloween and this October is better because, well, I have high expectations for it. Because I've been healing for 4 years now, and I feel like I'm finally in a good place, so maybe this will be a good October for me. I don't know. But I do have an ambitious reading list for October, and I will get into that after I tell you about the 3 books you should read this Halloween or October. And, yeah. So, this began with number 1. There's no particular order. This is just what I'm doing. This is just the first book I have wrote down. So don't think this is in any order. Again, I've struggled with books that are dealing with Halloween. Like, I try to read David Robbins' Prank Night, which is technically not a Halloween book, but it takes place in October, and it takes place, it's basically, you know, Devil's Night. You know, that's what Prank Night basically is. I got a piece of hair like floating around my nose and I can't get it, but yeah, so Prank Night, I didn't get to read that. I read The Halloween Man by Douglas Clegg, and it was a good book, a good coming-of-age story, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. And, you know, I don't ever mention Halloween Man when I mention kind of like coming-of-age stories. It is kind of a coming-of-age story. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm getting off track here. These are 3 books you must read in October. So, number 1. The October Boys by Adam Millard. Now, this book was amazing. It does take place in the other part of the world, and England, and yeah, it is terrific. It's about this ice cream truck that abducts a kid on Halloween night, and this is one of those really, really good stories where I was just in awe the whole time. I love the idea. It was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get some shit for this, but October Boys is a lot like a condensed version of It by Stephen King. I think it's better than It by Stephen King, but then again, I'm not a big fan of It by Stephen King. So, that being said, take this with a grain of salt. But yeah, I think this is a more condensed English Halloweenish version of It. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of variations, but yes, it's a lot like that. There's a supernatural aspect of, and there's these boys that grow up and have to face a supernatural entity. And I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So yes, number one is October Boys by Adam Millard. It's a very good book. I highly recommend it. There was some times where I was like, what in the world? Because like, there's a little bit of a language barrier because I'm not from England. So there was some things I had to look up, and I can't remember any of the things I had to look up, but there will be, if you're from America, you will probably like have some moments where you're like, what does that mean? Just look it up. It's a good book though. Highly recommend it, especially for October. It's a great Halloween read, so definitely recommend that. Plus the cover is just amazing. It's done by Don Noble, and that's how I actually found out about the book. And Don Noble's a fantastic artist. If you don't know him, go look him up. He's a fabulous artist. He does most of my covers when I'm not feeling like I want to try someone else, you know. I always go to Don Noble first, or I at least consider Don Noble first. So yeah, that's October Boys by Adam Millard. Second one I'm going to go with is Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales by Ronald frickin' Kelly. Now this has one of my favorite short stories of all time in it. Well, one of them. I think it would be like number 2 or 3 on my list for favorite short stories of all time. The list is pretty slim because I don't read a lot of short stories. But actually, I read one recently that was really good that I would actually put in my top tier list, and I'm doing it, and it might go into my anthology, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, that's besides the point. Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales have great tales. There's one about this giant bat chasing some dudes. There's one about this guy who gets his comeuppance after he does a bunch of rude stuff to children, and it's not what you think. There's my favorite short story in the collection, which is Mr. Mack and the Monster Mobile, which is amazing. You got to read that one. Oh, of course, the title story, Mr. Glowbones. Very good story. I thought that was going to be the best in the collection, but then I read Mr. Mack and the Monster Mobile, which actually, Mr. Mack and the Monster Mobile has a sort of like a sequel in his newest Halloween collection, which is called The Halloween Store, which came out last year. I'm also going to, I'll get into that later, but it's one of the stories or books I want to read this October. But anyways, regardless, or besides the point, let's just get back into Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales. It has a large collection. It's not a large collection, but it's got some great stories in it, and I highly recommend it. It's actually being re-released with new illustrations from Ronald Kelly himself, and I'm looking forward to actually buying a paperback version because it's only available in ebook right now. But I'm going to buy a paperback version of it when it comes out, and I'm looking very forward to it. But The Halloween Store is also by him, and it's his newest Halloween collection, which people are saying is great. And I'm not saying it's not, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be great, but I haven't read it yet, and everyone says it's great, and I'm like, why doesn't anyone remember Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales? It's because no one actually really knows about Ronald Kelly, which is a shame. Now, I'm not saying that like no one knows him, and people know him, and the people who do know him respect him, and that's probably all that matters. But I really think he needs more, what's the word I'm looking for? He just needs to be more known, because he's just a great author, Ronald Kelly. He's my favorite author of all time. And then after him, it's John Wayne Communale and Jeff Strand, and yeah, Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales, fantastic collection. I know there's one story in there I'm forgetting, but it was really good, and yeah. So yeah, so the third story I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna give it to, and you guys are probably gonna be shocked because I gave this book 3.5 stars, but the more I think about this book, the more I really enjoyed it. I think I was a little too harsh with it in my review, but I gave it 3.5 stars, and it's because the first section of the book was like a 5-star, solid 5-star, about a dude and his friend trying to save his son. And then it delves a little bit into dark fantasy at the end, and we kind of lose that friendship between the main character, and his best friend since he was a kid. The bond kind of withers, and it becomes more of this guy trying to get his son back from a witch, and then the witch has a bunch of enemies that he tries to befriend. It's a whole thing. But regardless, it was a great October read. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think I was a little bit too critical with it, but the more I think about it now, I did round it out to 4 stars on Goodreads and Goodreads and Amazon. And I think 4 stars is actually where I'm going to actually probably land with it, because the more I think about it, it's like The Halloween Man by Douglas Clegg. I actually really liked The Halloween Man, but I was very harsh with it in my review, because it kind of, that one too kind of withered as it went, you know. It kind of lost its charm, and it's bothersome when that happens to me. And you know, even though the setup is perfect and amazing, you know, sometimes endings can ruin the experience. But when you sit back and actually reminisce about the book, I only remember good things, like Usher's passing, for instance. That's a good October read too, and I have good memories of Usher's passing. But when I was reading it, I didn't enjoy it. You know, I liked the setup, but I didn't like the execution at the end. So, or the reveal or whatever. But yeah, Sour by Tony Evans. I don't know if I said it was by Tony Evans, but Sour by Tony Evans, great Appalachian horror for October. And I just want to give my boy Tony Evans a shout out, because he's a good person, and I feel bad for being so harsh with my review of his story. It was at a time where I was trying to be more critical, because I felt like I wasn't enough, I didn't criticize books enough, and I felt people were starting not to appreciate my reviews, thinking that, oh, he's just gonna rate it 5 or 4 stars all the time. And it's like, no, I don't do that all the time. So I was trying to, you know, like, show people that I can be critical too. And it just happened to be that I read Sour around that time, and I was a little overcritical or too harsh on it. And yeah, so Tony, if you're watching this, I apologize. But anyways, those are my 3 October reads you must read this Halloween season. The October Boys by Adam Millard, Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales by Mr. Ronald Kelly. Also check out Halloween Store by him. And Sour by Tony Evans. And like I said, Sour by Tony Evans isn't exactly a Halloween read, but it has all the October vibes in it, so, you know, totally go and get that. Now, now I'm going to move on to the portion of the video where I talk about what I plan to read. And if I had my phone on me, I could tell you exactly where did I put my phone. Anyways, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm recording with it. Anyways, I feel so stupid now. Maybe that will be a blooper. Anyways, for books I'm going to be reading this year, like I said, I'm going to be reading The Halloween Store by Ronald Kelly. I got that on audiobook, so that's going to be a must for me. I'm also going to read C.V. Hunt's Halloween Fiend, which looks very promising. I have that on audiobook as well. I plan on doing 2 audiobooks, maybe 3, and 1 physical book. And the physical book's going to be the hardest one because it's really long. But The Pumpkin Man by John Everson is going to be my physical read for October. Those 3 books sound amazing. There's even more Halloween stories I want to read. Like, there's this Rick Atala collection, Halloween collection that I really want to read. And then he has a second one, and it's all in honor of him because he passed away. I love Rick Atala. Little Brothers was one of my favorite books. I don't think I gave it enough credit because the more I think about Little Brothers, the more I liked it. It was kind of a coming-of-age story. Actually, no, it was a coming-of-age story, but it had different perspectives, and one of them was from a kid's perspective, which makes it coming-of-age in my eyes. But, yeah, like the Halloween Man is more about a man driving this kid across country, and then the man's reminiscing about, excuse me, his old life when he was a kid. And it has a lot of coming of age aspects to it, but I wouldn't consider Halloween Man a coming of age story. But Little Brothers, I definitely would consider a coming of age story. And I'm gonna rewatch this video because I totally forgot what the other coming of age story I was thinking of when I first recorded this video and I said it. But anyways, I gotta remember these things when I go to edit. But yeah, today is 9/12/2021. It's actually Sunday, so there's two things going on today. Well, there's a few things going on today, but two notable things that are going on today is that it's the Apple and Arts Festival in Rochester Hills, Michigan, which I will be attending. Hopefully I can find some good art. Last time I went there, I found this beautiful picture, like this beautiful painting. I obviously didn't buy the original painting. I bought the print of the painting, so I got this really cool poster that I framed, and I don't know where it is. I would show it to you if I could. I have no idea where it went. It's probably in storage, but I'll paint a picture for you. It's this dead kid, and his arm is missing, and there's a dead dog, and the dog's by the way, they're walking. You know, they're not actually dead. They're like zombies or reanimated or something. But the kid's missing an arm. He's carrying a bat in the other hand, and the dog is carrying the boy's arm, and there's like a baseball in the hand or something. I don't forget. But the dog and the boy are dead, but the love is internal, and I love the picture a lot, to the point where I was actually thinking for a while of getting it tattooed on me. But part of me wishes the dog was my dog instead of the dog in the picture. So, and trying to get, there's a huge spider crawling right in front of me. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Hopefully it doesn't fall. But yeah. I'm not afraid of spiders, don't get me wrong. I'll pick the sucker up and show it to you guys, but I don't trust spiders. And this isn't the jumpy kind. This is one of those like web flinging ones, and that like kind of like, you know, hang there. This is definitely not a jumpy one. At least I don't think it is. But anyways, if I leave it alone, it will leave me alone, right? That's how it works, right? Right? I lost it. Oh, I see it. It's crawling up this. Okay, we're good. We are good. So, as long as it doesn't fall, yeah, we're good. Sorry. Maybe that's another blooper. I'll just leave it all in. But yeah, what was I saying? Apples and Art Festival today. I'm going to try to get see if I can find that artist from last time, and see if they do commissions, because her art is amazing. And I would absolutely love if she did something for me. I have nothing that needs to be done at the moment, but if I can get a card or business card or something, that would be tremendous. Also, today is the first Sunday of football. There was Thursday night football, which had the Buccaneers versus the Cowboys, which I hear was a really good game. It was really close. I don't really care. Actually, this season doesn't really appease to me. In fact, I'm kind of falling out of football a little bit because my team sucks so bad, and we lost the one player that made our team interesting. So, I'm not really excited for this season, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to watch a little bit of the game. But what I'm really excited about is I'm in a fantasy league with some fellow booktubers. I'm actually facing off against NW Reader today. And I actually had two people play in Thursday night's football. One player did amazing. They got like 25 points. The other did not do so amazing. They're getting only 3 points. So, but between the two players, it was estimated that I would get like 21 points, and I ended up getting 28 points out of them. So I did come out of it with a, positive, but she hasn't had any of her players play yet, so we'll see what she brings to the table. I just wanted to have two people in Thursday night's football game, and see how they do. You know, I really didn't want to put a tight end in my flex position, but luckily I did put Rob Gronkowski in because he scored 25 points fantasy-wise. And that really saved my butt because Mike Evans only got 3 points with like 3 catches. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm facing NW Reader. She's awesome. I actually bought a sticker, which I put on my laptop, and she's doing an extra sticker, which I'm giving to my friend. And then she gave me, or not gave me, I bought from her a bookmark. The bookmark's tremendous. It's amazing. I don't have it on me. I put it in my In the Flesh book, which is by Clyde Barker. That's where the Forbidden story is, which is the inspiration, or not inspiration, it's the source material for Candyman. And the bookmark is a Candyman bookmark. So it's really cool. I'm thinking about taking it out and actually using it for the next read I do, which might be the Lady of the Lake by Jesse D'Angelo, who's also kind of like my friend. He's got a YouTube channel of his own, so go check it out. He's awesome. And yeah. But anyways, I got Jay from Jay's World. If you know his YouTube channel, go check it out. If you don't, you probably do. Jay has been trying to get one of my players, and I feel bad because, you know, he has nothing really to offer me that I want. I think he's just trying to build the best team he can, and I have one of his favorite players, but he's not giving me anything that, he's like, yeah, I'm in trouble if Derrick Henry gets injured and I give you 4 players. I'm like, sure, but like, none of your players are bringing any, like, they're not going to give me as many points as Derrick Henry is, you know. And I don't know, I gotta stick with Derrick Henry. I talked to my brother about it. I just spit everywhere. I talked to my brother about it, and he says don't get rid of Derrick Henry. He's gonna have a great season. So if he gets injured, I'll be eating my words. But yeah, I'm going to see how fantasy plays out today. I think most of my games that I have are on Sunday, so actually I can check right now. So I got, I got Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback. Cooper Kupp, I think his name is on the Los Angeles Rams. I got him because my boy Stafford's throwing to him, so hopefully he does good. Derrick Henry, like I talked before, he's going against Cardinals. And then I got a few Lions players because I am a fan of the Lions. So I got D Swift, which I hope has a great season. And then TJ Hawkinson, which is the tight end for the Detroit Lions. Now, it's probably going to be like one has a good game and the other doesn't, just like how Rob Gronkowski and Mike Evans did, but we'll see. And then I got Matt Prater for my kicker. He used to be a Detroit Lion. He's a great kicker, so I got him. And then my special teams and defense is Kansas City. And Kansas City is, from my memory, used to be good defense and special teams. I'm not sure if they still are. But they're going against a really bad team. Well, they used to be bad at least. They're like playoff contention, but we'll see. They're going against Cleveland Browns. So, and right now it's projected that I'm going to lose 115 to 127 because she has some oh my God, she has such a good freaking team. Oh, why? I'm gonna get stomped on. I know I'm gonna get stomped on. Working Man's Reads is balling right now, but it says he's projected to lose. Jay has the highest. No, he doesn't have the highest. Oh my God, there's so many good teams here. I'm probably the worst in the league, but I got Derrick Henry, so that's one thing going for me. But yeah, I'm not the favorite to win this fantasy game. I think I talked too much about fantasy football. I'm a little excited. I'm sorry, but that's my October, my books you need to read in October for Halloween season. I'm probably going to shorten that title. Books you need to read this Halloween season probably is going to be the title. We talked about other things like what I plan to read this October. I talked a little bit about even fantasy, football. I think I'm almost ready to wrap this video up. I did want to talk to you really quickly about my writing. Writing is going well. Recently, I posted something on my Instagram and Facebook saying that I was going to release a Halloween collection. It's called Nicholas Gray's Halloween Tales or Halloween Stories or something like that. Anyways, it's got a cool cover. I actually got it made last year, and I never actually worked on it this year, so it's not coming out this October. I'm sorry. But I will flash it on the screen maybe. That's what it looks like if it's on the screen. If it's not, then I look like a bumbling idiot. But, yeah. I'm not releasing that collection this year. I'm sorry. It's going to be next year, though, hopefully. I actually am not releasing any of the books I said I'd release this year, which is a shame. I made a shirt saying, I'm going to release these books this year. And if I don't, then I made a shirt and I'm gonna look stupid. And I look stupid, so yeah. But anyways, regardless of that aspect of the writing, writing has been good lately. I started a new short story called Squish, and it has nothing to do with bugs, believe it or not. I just don't have a really good name for the story, so I just went with one of the adjectives or whatever that is in the. Is that an adjective? I don't even know. I'm so stupid. Don't correct me, please. Yeah. And I'm also writing a hopefully a novella called Vestigial Hate. Now the name is subject to change, but Vestigial Hate is what I'm going with at the moment. The cover is great. But I'm only on chapter 1 of writing it. I just got a cover just to see what it would look like, and then I started writing the story, you know. It's kind of close to my heart story because it has a lot of the stressors of my life back in the day, like losing my job, relationships, health. So a lot of the stressors I had early on in my life, like 6 years ago, is what this book is kind of about. So yeah. So Vestigial Hate is good. It's about a man who he's got nothing going for him, and next thing you know, he grows a face on his stomach who tells him to do things. So that's all I can tell you with it. Okay, that was my alarm cutting through the video and deciding to interrupt me. But yeah, that's all I can tell you guys about Vestigial Hate, especially since the name probably will change, because I hate telling you guys about stories I'm working on because then they never come out. But I'm also working on Nicholas Gray's collection, or not Nicholas Gray's, that's me, by the way. I'm working on Gray Matter too. And if Squish is good enough, I will put it in the collection. I'm actually writing Squish for Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. I want to see if they'll be interested in the story and narrate it. It's a pretty cool story. It's about a fun house and a kid who's afraid of clowns. That's all you need to know, because literally it's a short story, so I've probably given you away too much. But yeah. And other stories I'm working on. I'm still working on Bloodsap. That's a good story, and I got so many things in the works, it's crazy, guys. But I'm also doing publishing stuff, so I'm currently reading a bunch of stories, which is going to affect my reading stats, because I just looked at my reading stats today, and I'm actually far behind last year and the year before that. I read like around 8,500 pages, both 2019 and 2020. This year I'm at 4,800. So I got a long ways to go, and there's not that much time in the year. I got like 3 months, so maybe less. So yeah, I'm doing really bad with reading this year, but I've also been working on other things and reading other stories, so that's kind of been eating at some time. And I've also been writing and dealing with family stuff, so more so than the last 2 years. So yeah, but hopefully I will be able to read more, and boost that score, but right now I doubt it because I am reading stories for this cosmic horror anthology I'm writing, which I'm very excited about. I already found 2 great stories, and I've only read 3, and the third one was a maybe for me. So, I mean, there hasn't been a bad story so far that I've read. Just wow, I'm amazed by how great the stories I'm getting are, and it's gonna be so hard to slim it down to only 10 or 12 stories. So yeah, I want to thank Candice Nola for hopefully she's okay with me shouting her out. She's an author, a horror author, and she wrote Hank Flynn, which I showed off on this channel once. She's helping me read through these stories, and I really appreciate it. Like I said, Daniel J. Volpe helped me with the Extreme Horror Anthology, and now Candice Nola's helping with the Cosmic Horror Anthology. I really don't think I could do these anthologies by myself because there's too much to read, and I'm such a bad reader. So I know it's kind of ironic that I got a BookTube channel, but yeah, I'm a horrible reader. But anyways, excuse me. That is my writing vlog, I guess, at the end of this video. Yeah, this is kind of a rambling video, but it did start off with good intentions, where I would just talk to you about my 3 October reads. But yeah, what else is there to talk about? I think I've covered everything. Book mail videos are going to be slim to none for a while. I am saving up for author stuff. So, and by saving up, I'm not really saving, but, you know, it's all good. I've been doing illustrations for Gray Matter. Gray Matter 2, that is. And, yeah. So, hopefully Squish will make it into Gray Matter 2, because I really like it. I mean, I got a story that's worse than it in Gray Matter 2. So, you know, Troller Coaster is what it's called. And, I really believe that, Squish is going to be better than that, so I really am sure that it's going to go into the collection, but we'll see. It's like I said, it's a coming of age story. It's from the first person, which I'm actually pretty good at writing first person stories, but that's besides the point. Also, before I go, I'm currently reading Jeff Strand's Autumn Bleeds into Winter, and oh my gosh, guys, oh my gosh, alert, alert, alert. We have a new contender for favorite coming-of-age story of all time. Now, will it beat out Fear by Ronald Kelly? I highly doubt it. But is it number 2? Yes. I thoroughly think this is a great story. I like it a little bit more than the Traveling Vampire Show so far. Jeff Strand's writing is amazing. I knew it was going to be amazing. This book was going to be amazing because the one coming-of-age story I read by him, it was great, but it wasn't horror themed, so that's why it's so low on the coming of age list. But this one is horror themed by Jeff Strand, and it's just phenomenal. And it makes me really want to read Dweller, which is also a coming of age story Jeff Strand wrote, and Pressure by Jeff Strand, which I'm not sure if Pressure is a coming of age story, but I've heard someone say that it is, so I'm gonna just say that it is. So yeah, Jeff Strand's Autumn Bleeds into Winter is probably my second favorite coming of age story of all time. It's phenomenal. I really enjoy it so far, and yeah. So I'm gonna wrap this video up now. It's been well over 30 minutes. I was only supposed to talk for 5 to 10 minutes, so I apologize to my family, who's probably listening to me waiting and tapping their feet, but an annoyance. But yeah, I think I'm done here. I can't think of anything else to say, and I've already done what the video topic was supposed to be. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Have a spooky night. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.